what to do with him while I'm working is the question.
We got our lobsters.
That works.
Don't do it. Oh gosh. Tastes like lobster. Hey friends, welcome back. I am Jason Salyer, and we've had a lot of requests to continue on with the One Tool Survival series. In this situation where I'm down here in the creek bottom in a pretty swampy, wet environment, a machete would probably be ideal, and that's probably what I would pick actually for a lot of situations. But an axe is not going to be my first tool. This hatchet would not be my first choice at all, but I thought it would make it much more challenging. And in this series, I thought it'd be really fun to do most of this stuff in a semi-urban, suburban, on the outskirts, on the fringes of society type survival. So we can use trash and stuff and debris that we're gonna find and just be creative and think outside the box and not your standard wilderness survival. So right now, first things first, I'm just sharpening this really, really dull hatchet. I mean, looks like it's been beat on a rock a few times. So you can see it's coming along nicely. We're getting a nice keen edge on it, but there's a real dull spot right there in the middle. That's gonna take me a minute to get that out. I do like this little hatchet. It's not perfect. It's still got a couple little tiny nicks in the edge, but it is fingernail scraping sharp. For this video, I'm going to do everything down here in the bottom of the creek. I'm not going to leave it for really any reasons. If I can't get it right on the bank of the creek, I'm not going to have it. So that'll be another challenge in and of itself, and I'm just going to be using this axe. And I thought since we're on the fringes of society, I would use whatever I've got at my disposal. So this culvert behind me would make a really awesome shelter from precipitation above me. Yes, I get it. A flash flood could wash me out of there. But for entertainment purposes, I think it'd be pretty interesting to build a shelter inside of there, and that would save me hours of effort putting some sort of roof over my head. All I would need to do is figure out how to make myself a bed to keep me out of the creek. Briars are the worst. Ah, I'm stuck. Crap. See, this is where the machete would come in really handy, and an axe is kind of useless for stuff like that. Let's not get wrapped up in the scenario of why we're here and what we're doing. It's just exercises like this give you the opportunity to think outside the box and be creative and use that part of your mind that often gets neglected. So yeah, what I recommend in a survival situation, that you camp out inside of a culvert, a big drain like this. Probably not, because of the risks that are involved. But let's say, I don't know, hypothetically, that you're in this urban, suburban type environment, and it's a fairly non-permissive environment, and you need to keep a low profile and you want to stay out of sight. Who's going to think that you're camping in the river, right? So I don't know. Again, don't get caught up in the scenario. Just enjoy the ride. Now, in this swampy, wet environment with all the thin, spindly briars and branches and stuff, I think I would definitely prefer a machete. I think a machete is just my number one tool that I would choose for almost all situations where I've got to do woodcraft and that kind of stuff. So, but the axe is going to get the job done. And then again, maybe a saw would be more appropriate for this situation where you've got to construct shelters and cut things to certain specific lengths. And maybe, like we were talking about before, if this was a scenario where you need to keep a low profile, you need to be a little bit quieter. Is hacking and chopping away with an axe going to be the quietest tool? Absolutely not. A saw would really, really shine in that aspect. Ah, I missed it. Gotcha. We got dinner. One of the challenges on the last series that we did with knife-only survival was, one of the challenges we didn't get to was collecting food, finding something to eat. I mean, obviously, wild edibles and things like that is a doable thing, but we never caught any game. So there's our game.
What to do with him while I'm working is the question. Thinks he's getting away.
He's holding on tight to the root.
Gonna make a quick stringer here. Nothing fancy, just some reverse wrap cordage out of some tulip poplar bark here. Twist away towards me. Twist away towards me. Come back. You little rascal. And I'm just gonna get this guy in my stringer. And I think all I've got to do to make that happen is just untwist a bit of my cordage like that and make a loop like so. And I'll stick an arm, one of his arms. Ooh, he's trying to get me. They don't hurt too bad, but they do get you. They'll pinch the skin and they hold on forever. You gotta really work to get them off sometimes. I got him lassoed there with a bit of cordage around his arm. I don't think he'll be able to get off that. We'll stick him in the water so he'll stay alive until we're ready to cook him up. We got two little Appalachia lobsters. We got our lobsters ready to go. Friends, if you like these kind of videos, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up. A subscribe would be really good. Notifications bell, that would be even better. Really do appreciate all the support. If you want to leave a comment, any kind of comment, doesn't matter.
cordage is at a premium. I don't have any more, couldn't scavenge any out of the creek, so I'm gonna see if I can use some of this honeysuckle vine growing right here and bind some of this up. You know, for centuries, for millennia, humans built their world out of cordage. They tied things, lashed things, strung things together. We didn't have nails and glues and screws and all that good stuff, so I'm going to have to improvise. I could either make some more cordage out of tulip poplar bark, which if you've got a lot of it, it's not that big a deal and it takes a little bit of time, but if you can just quickly scrounge up some vines like this honeysuckle, hopefully we can make that work. It's actually holding pretty secure. Better than I thought it was going to work. I mean, obviously, you wouldn't want to jump up and down on this like a diving board, but it will probably hold my fire. I often wonder what normal people do. You know? I don't know a lot of people like me. Not a lot of people out there. Those rascals got off my stringer. I saw them working on the string and kind of pushing with their other big claw and their legs and thought, yeah, they might get out of that, but dang it, it's all right. We'll catch more. Rock. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. That works. The sound of the creek flowing underneath you is fantastic. Just cutting the grass. Searching for some tinder now to get our fire going. Some more of that really wet tulip poplar. But if we spread it out, thin it out, process it a little bit, set it up in the sunshine, it could be dry enough in an hour or two. Got one. I'm not gonna let this guy off the leash. Dead honeysuckle vine makes some of the best kindling. Everywhere I go, the bush cat follows me. This has been sitting up here for a couple hours now. Let's check it and see how See how it is. Oh yeah, that might be usable now. That's one way to do it. I still got a little bit of moisture in it. I can feel it, but as I process it, it'll probably dry out enough to work. She's holding on for dear life. Oh gosh, don't jump. Don't jump. Don't do it. Oh gosh. I figured you guys probably don't want to see me, don't want to watch me struggle rubbing sticks together for the next few hours. So I just figured I'd go ahead and cheat. But you know, is it really cheating? It's jewelry, not a tool. So I think we're all right. Maybe. Just maybe. There we go. Well, this worked out really good. A lot better than I was expecting, actually. And it's really warm in here. I mean, it's not that cold outside right now, but it's, you know, probably high 60s, I would guess. But the heat is just kind of staying in this culvert, and it's really, really warm. So if it was going to get cool tonight, maybe it wouldn't be so bad if I could keep this fire going. I would need a whole lot more firewood than that, obviously. I could stack firewood on both ends. I could stack firewood way up on that end. I could stack firewood way up high on that end as well. About time for dinner, buddy. I'm annoyed I lost those 2 other crawdads. Tiny little morsel of meat right there. It is good though. Tastes like shrimp, tastes like lobster. I haven't fallen in the water yet. That's fantastic. We even cooked a crawdad on our fire platform right here. So if you like these kind of videos, I'd be very grateful for a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Leave a comment. Any comment will do. Tell me what your favorite dinosaur is. I don't care. As long as you leave a comment, that'd be awesome. Can't wait to see you on the next one. Huh.